I got to tell you, whatever the hell it is, this is way too close for comfort. I'm sorry. You almost got swept by the frickin' Arizona Diamondbacks.
That would have been bad. That would have been embarrassing. That would have sucked all of the sucks that you could possibly suck. But thankfully, just Tanner Scott sucks all of those sucks. We'll talk about him. Will Smith sends the Dodger faithful home happy with a walk-off win there in the ninth inning. And you and I were talking before going live here. I was just like, please, like, walk it off now. I don't care about extra innings. I am not ready for this. I want to go home, and I'm home already.
First of all, you're already home, but how do you stop the bleeding? How do you stop the bleeding Clint Pasillas that is Tanner Scott?
That is a great question. I don't know. I mean, I feel like Dave put him in a pretty decent run there. And guys, hop into the comments. Let us know your thoughts on this game, your thoughts on the series. Obviously, the Dodgers salvage the series here with this finale, this walk-off. They ultimately end up in about the same spot they entered the series, 2-game lead over the Padres. But Tanner Scott, continues to be a pretty good bit of an issue for this team. He's only been back a couple of games, and already our blood pressure is rising. 3-run homer to Corbin Carroll. And I got to tell you, Riz, all of the offseason signings just kind of have not worked for this team. Kirby Yates has been god-awful for the most part of the season. He's given up a butt-ton of runs since he's returned from the IL. I think his ERA is at 4.72 on the year. I found my number, 4.44 now for Tanner Scott. Of course, Mike Conforto at 190. Blake Snell has been good when healthy, missed more than 3 months. But yeah, the issue of the day is Tanner Scott, and I don't know. I don't know what you do with him.
I don't either. By the way, Walker Buehler got picked up by the Philadelphia Phillies. That's for another time.
I'm happy for him.
So whatever. That, no, I know. I'm happy for him, but you didn't want him back on the Dodgers. I did. No. But here's the thing. I don't know, you guys. Like, this is, again, it's easy to poke holes in a team that is pretty dang good, but I have some concerns. And I'm not saying that we're not going to make the postseason. I'm not saying that we're not going to go deep into the postseason, but you cannot go out there against the Arizona flippin' Diamondbacks and lose almost a sweep, but lose 2 of 3 and almost lose the third game when you're leading the entire game. That cannot happen. Cannot happen. Like, this division race is way too close. You put this in here because you are a wonderful director and producer. Heading into the game, 46 runs scored over the past 6 wins and just 9 runs over the last 6 losses. Yeah. Again, like, you're not scoring. Your bullpen's beat up, and Tanner Scott right now has not been the answer. I like you get your key hits from Miguel Rojas and Andy Pages, which is great. Thank you so much. But that's not who is making the big bucks. That's not who you're counting on.
No, absolutely
not. What are we doing?
Yeah. It's a very disjointed effort. Listen, a win's a win. They needed this dub. They needed it very, very bad. I think we all needed it bad. But even though I don't feel very good after this win, and I know we're supposed to be happy and chipper and cheerful after the Dodgers win on these sort of post-game shows, but I don't feel it. I love the effort from Yamamoto. He is this team stopper, and he went out there and did his job phenomenally. I have a stat line here: 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned, no walks, ties a career high with 10 Ks on 98 pitches. That dude is a fucking beast. I love everything about Yamamoto, but going to work, getting your job done, and the guy that comes in behind you is just like diarrhea is all over the place. It's not a good feeling, and I think I'm still stuck on that. I gotta be. I just have a bad feeling. I love this team, and I'm usually like poly positive, and I'm good cop, you're bad cop, all the things, and I get that, and it's fine, and whatever. And I love this team, and I always will. But there are some concerns that I have. Yeah. Will they make the postseason? Of course. Do I hope that they get everything ready to go? Sure. I do, of course, but I just feel like this is not a team that is going to shove it down your throat. This isn't a team that's going to have everything working on every cylinder every single game, and we're a month away from the postseason. You can't play like this and keep resting on your Dodger laurels of having that. Eventually, they're going to turn it on.
Like, when are you going to flip the switch? When are you going to do it?
I mean, Riz, we've been talking for months now about all the ifs. Like, if we get this player back, if this happens, the team is going to be good again. It turns out they're only good against teams that are playing better. I forgot what the number was, but against teams with records over 500, they're just playing much better. They are now 12-4 with teams against teams with a record over 500 and 5-10 with records under 500. They're playing down to the competition, something Dave didn't really want to touch on or acknowledge. He acknowledged it. He just didn't want to, vocalize it, verbalize it.
He also said yesterday that like so far the series has been embarrassing. Let me ask. Yeah. Look at this though. Go to our chat really quick. Matty Man 5 Dodge. When was Shohei's last clutch
the wrong
hit?
Button.
Honestly, when was Shohei's last clutch hit?
I love that you had that one because I favorited that one. And this is going back into what you were talking about earlier before I did that thing where my brain's all over the place and I derailed us. The guys who got it done today, Andy Pajes, Miguel Rojas. You expect Will Smith to be doing something, but Shohei leads the game off with a base hit, and then it's just kind of not been anything in between. It's either first inning or like late in the game, maybe a garbage homer. And listen, we love Shohei, but I need a little bit something else from him.
Okay, but are we asking too much of Shohei? I was like, I looked at the stat line. No, hang on a second. I looked at the stat line. I was watching the game on the couch with my husband and my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my nephew are here, right? So I was like, all right, everybody. It's a big family Ionetta affair. So we're watching the game, and I was like, all right, so he's only hitting 278. I'm like, that's not superstar. And my husband was like, he's hitting 45 bombs and he's throwing 100. He is a superstar. I was like, okay. So he just he checked me. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. But it's like, there has not been a moment of a clutch hit in quite some time. And if you're going to get all of this fanfare, then you need to come up in these moments, and you cannot get swept by the Angels. You cannot lose 2 of 3 to the Rockies. You cannot almost get swept by the Diamondbacks and barely get one game against them. Like, that's a little problematic to me. It's a little problematic.
Yeah, and to Shohei's credit, this team does not. I mean, it kind of does run through him. It's not all on his shoulders. We know Mookie is just trying to find grass in any way, shape, or form, and he is doing what he can. He's been actually very, very good. He's got the average now back up to 250. Last month he's been good, but Freddie's been a little bit off. The big missing piece, really, is Teoscar Hernandez.
Well, and Max Muncy not being in the lineup.
Well, Muncy for sure, but the missing piece that's actually available is Teo. Like, he has
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, not been a factor.
Right.
So
he's not been the same guy since he's been hurt.
Yeah, and he was benched today. That's something we should talk about, but we do need to probably take a quick ad break. So guys, hang out with us, and then we're going to talk about Teoscar.
All right, Dodgers Nation, do you guys remember that feeling in 2020 when Corey Seager was absolutely unstoppable in the postseason? NLCS MVP, World Series MVP, clutch hit after clutch hit. Man, it still gives me chills just thinking about it. Well, guess what? There's a real chance, and I mean a real chance, that Corey Seager could be coming back to Los Angeles. Yeah, you heard me right. The Dodgers could be making a move to bring back the 2-time World Series champion, and honestly, it makes way too much sense with everything going on right now. Michael Conforto hasn't been the guy we hoped for, Mookie Betts is still adjusting to shortstop, and this team is looking for that one missing piece to get over the hump and dominate next October. So let's break it all down, the rumors, the fit, the trade details, and what this would mean for the Dodgers moving forward. Look, let's be honest, Dodgers Nation, the Michael Conforto experiment, it's over. The guy's slashing 185, 297, 320. That's just unacceptable for a team that's built to win right now. Defensively, below average routes, zero confidence in left field, and just no sign of improvement. And with Ohtani set to return to the mound next season, roster flexibility becomes even more important. You simply can't have a guy eating up a roster spot when he's not producing. Andrew Friedman and the front office know this. That's why they're looking for someone who's not just talented, but someone who understands what it means to wear Dodger blue. And that's exactly where Corey Seager comes in. Let me tell you why Seager makes perfect sense. First off, this guy is still an elite bat. In 2025, he's hitting .296 with a .373 OBP and a .535 slugging percentage. He's already got 22 home runs and 68 RBIs in just over 100 games. Those numbers? That's a middle-of-the-order threat every single night. Defensively, he's still solid at shortstop, and pairing him with Mookie Betts, who could slide back to second base, gives you one of the best and most versatile middle infields in baseball. And don't forget, this guy has postseason ice in his veins. His career postseason line, .308 batting average, .394 OBP, .46 slugging, with 19 home runs in October. That's the kind of clutch DNA you just can't teach. So here's how the trade is shaping up. According to Jeff Passan and multiple reports, LA Dodgers receive SS Corey Seager, Texas Rangers receive LF Michael Conforto, SS Alex Freeland, Dodgers number 5 prospect. Now look, losing Alex Freeland stings a little. The kid's got talent, but he's blocked right now in LA. With Betts at short and Gavin Lux coming up strong, there's just no clear path for him to crack the roster anytime soon. For the Rangers, this move makes sense too. They clear Seager's contract, get a controllable shortstop prospect, and take a flyer on Conforto. For the Dodgers, they get their guy, the guy who can transform this lineup heading into 2026. Now, let's dig into the impact here. One of the Dodgers' biggest struggles in 2025 has been inconsistency with runners in scoring position. They're 15th in the league in batting average in those situations. Adding Seager, a guy with a .321 average and .940 OPS with runners on base this season, gives you that reliable clutch bat you need in big moments. Plus, think about chemistry. Seager knows this team. He knows this city. There's no adjustment period, no questions about how he'll handle the pressure. He's been there, done that, and brought home the trophy. So Dodgers Nation, I gotta hear from you. Do you want to see Corey Seager back in Dodger blue? Would you be okay parting with Alex Freeland to make it happen? And what does this mean for guys like Gavin Lux and Tommy Edman? Drop your thoughts down below, smash that like button if you're ready to see Seager return to LA, and don't forget to subscribe because this offseason is going to be wild. I'm Victor, your diehard Dodgers fan, and as always, go Dodgers, baby!